5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Jim George is here, and it's always fun to have Jim in the studio because it kind of is fun to the thing he provides us with, which is entertainment in our homes. If you would put it in a nutshell, Jim is the owner of American Cable Services, and he answers our questions about that business and everything associated with it. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good morning.
So I have a question about that business.
Mm-hmm.
There was a news item earlier this week. A lot of people getting rid of their cable, going to the antenna you've been talking about, but they're asking, can I keep my TiVo? So I don't understand this. You can't buy TiVo? TiVo is part of a package deal or something?
No, you can keep your TiVo. If you bought a TiVo, let's say at Sears or Best Buy or wherever, and you take it home, and it's going to ask you some questions. And one of them might be contact your cable company for the code so that you can type it into this box, like using your computer to get into it.
Okay.
And then when you do, TiVo knows that cable company's lineup for your area code, like 34490 or whatever it is.
Okay.
It knows it. So you might say Cox and I'm 34490, and then it will say, okay, and then it will give you the lineup and what's coming on next, and that way you can record going through the TiVo box. So like in our system, we don't offer digital yet, but people who have TiVos call us and say, do you have that code, because it's asking me to put it in. I said, as soon as we launch our high def, we'll give you that code. And that's the code where you can record. Okay. And they said, well, can I just record the analogs? Yes, you can record the analogs. Well, how do I do that? You go to bypass, and then you can just record like channel 27 or whatever channel you want. So yes, the TiVo will record off the air channels.
Ah, okay. And but it sounds like it's not really that hard to figure out. It sounds
no, it's very simple.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only hard for us older people.
All right, so maybe I misunderstood it. Are some cable companies offering digital recording devices, maybe not TiVo, as a part of the package deal? Like you buy our cable and you also get a TiVo or a similar device. And then they say, you know what, I don't want cable anymore. And then the company says, okay, well, you got to give us back the box. And they say, well, no, we want to keep that part. And I guess some of the companies are getting so much of that they're allowing that. And so they continue to make money from the customer even though they've cut their cable.
Yeah, TiVo is like the patent holder for the recording purposes, the way in which it's recorded. So just about everybody, Cablevision, Cox, Bright House, pays a royalty fee. The manufacturer of that box pays a royalty fee to TiVo. So TiVo and its technology is in the cable TV box. So if you don't have cable TV, but you just want TiVo, then you can just get the TiVo box.
Really?
And if you're used to using it with the cable, you'll understand how to use it without the cable. But it won't record, like if a person has cut the cord and no longer has a cable company, they're getting it off not satellite, but getting it off the air.
Right.
Then that takes a little bit more programming because you've got to put it, you don't have an antenna, you're getting it, through the computer, let's say.
Okay.
So you're watching CBS through the computer, NBC through the computer. But you can use your computer to record it.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to record NBC at night, 11 o'clock at night, because you're asleep at 11 o'clock at night.
But doesn't it bog it down with memory issues and stuff?
No, you can do something like a WinZip, which would compress it. There's all kind of compression stuff. You can take a 2-hour, like right now, I've got about maybe 80 hours of compressed video on my computer. It's not mine. My IT guy's been borrowing my computer to do some tests. And basically, he's got over 80 hours on there, but it only fills up like 200 gig.
Only?
Yeah. Well, most hard drives but most hard drives are 500 gig.
Yeah.
Are larger.
Yeah. Well, that's 2/5.
Yeah, but I got 80 hours. I mean, who's going to want to watch 80 hours? What we're doing is we're going to a convention and we want to show our capability of compression. So we're doing it. But yeah, you can do all that.
Okay.
So once the convention is done and you're able to show all of that, will you be able to launch then for the individual people?
Yeah. The last convention we're going to is in October. It's in Dallas, Texas. And we're still getting some programming contracts signed. A lot of the programmers will wait and see. In other words, well, if you get CNN to sign with you, then I'll sign. Or if you get HBO to sign with you, So we're we're gathering all the little small crumbs in the table first, and then going after the big piece of bread.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Does it ever? Do you think it'll ever be totally evolved and get to the point where it won't change anymore? There's nothing else to do.
Oh no. It's
always change, huh? I can't imagine what else we need. I mean, it's big, it's bright, it's clear, it's instant, it's recordable. What else would you need?
Well, they have this. You've seen where Samsung has come out with its TV that has a curve to it. Have you seen that?
You told us about it.
All right. Well, now they have it's a backpack. You know how you have a quiver to put your arrows in?
Yeah, I have one.
All right.
Yes.
So imagine you have a quiver, but in it is like a real thin piece of plastic. Real thin. I mean, like paper thin.
Okay.
And you pull it out and you lay it and you spread it out. It's maybe 2 foot by 5 foot.
Right.
You hit the corner and the TV comes on. That's your TV.
Wow.
That's how thin it is. It's called thin film technology. And you can you can hit another button, you can move your hand over and you get a display and you hit channel 2 and channel 2 will come on your TV. You hit record. It's your computer and your TV. And when you're done, you just roll it back up, put it back in your quiver. That's it.
Now, what do I need that for? I mean, I can't imagine.
Well, you can take your TV anywhere with you. So, for instance, if you were here and you wanted to do all the stuff you do with your console,
right, and
if it can be done by a computer,
right,
then basically you just roll it out at your house and and you could send all that stuff here. Unbelievable.
Do you need wireless access for that then, wherever you bring the?
But it's also 4G. So if you don't have wireless internet, you can do it by 4G.
Oh, so it's like a phone then.
You're right. And then the next thing's going to be the hologram. You've seen them where the sci-fi movies where they put their head in the air and they move all this.
Right.
Okay, that's a reality today. But it's on glass.
Did I show you or tell you about this thing at Lowe's? That it's not in all Lowe's, but they showed one in Canada, and it is a room you go into, and the room is built to somehow create holograms of appliances, furniture, whatever you want, and you put on these special glasses, and the room looks like it has those things in it.
Right.
And you can move them around, like you can push a couch with one finger. And say, I don't like that. Or you can change the color of a couch or the type of a couch and design your whole room as if you're standing in it.
Right.
And then say, okay, this is what I want. And then they put the order in for you and somebody delivers it to your house.
So it gives a whole new definition, the rooms to go, right?
That's really,
Now, I want to thank you for bringing Doug in today. He introduced me to this great hazelnut hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
A little sticky, though.
Yes, he did.
There's plenty out there. Just feel free.
Yeah.
It'll liberate you.
I thought I got a kick out of that this morning. I really did.
Yeah.
So funny.
Sometimes people have issues with volume control. Sometimes people don't hear so well and other people do, and you're constantly moving the volume. Do you have anything for that, like headphones or something for people that need to have their hearing enhanced?
Well, I don't, but everybody sells them Best Buy, and you could basically go up to your TV set and it has an audio out. Like for an external speaker or such, and you can plug in this little device. It's about the size of a small pack of cigarettes, let's say, and then it sends the audio to a headset.
Oh, okay.
And then you can sit in your couch and you can turn the volume as loud as you want it, and the other people can, or turn the volume off on the TV and still listen to it. So if you're in your home and you have guests and they're sleeping on the couch, but you want to watch TV, you can still listen to it, but there's no volume coming out of the TV.
Oh,
yeah, they have that already.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So how do these mergers and all this big high-level business stuff in the world of cable and stuff, how does that affect the average guy? Does it at all? Do we really even care?
No, it doesn't really affect us, but if they make a decision that they're no longer going to make wireless headphones, and you had a wireless headphone and now it goes bad and you want to go buy another one, if the two major, let's say Sony and JVC decide that wireless headphones are not a big mover for them, no one's buying it, then you can't get it anymore. In other words, they push us in the direction they want us to go.
It's like Bosco. You can't buy Bosco anymore.
Yeah, no.
You can't buy what?
Bosco.
Bosco.
You ever heard of Bosco?
Yeah, Ovaltine and Bosco, yeah. And Bonami.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with Jim George. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, a mix of clouds and sun with a thunderstorm or two around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today 90 to 94. And partly cloudy later tonight, low 74 to 78. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with an afternoon and evening thunderstorm in the area, high 89 to 93. And on Sunday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm likely in the afternoon, high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
It's time for fun, fellowship, and firearms. That's right, the 22nd annual Silver River Friends of the NRA Dinner is coming Thursday, September 4th, and you can get tickets to join us at the Marion County Ag Center by calling 352-239-0711. Help out ROTC, 4-H, and other charitable causes here in Marion County by joining us. Call 352-239-0711.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Yes, we are having a chuckle over Doug using the, what's it called again?
The hazelnut flavor.
Yeah.
For the coffee flavor.
I thought it was hand sanitizer.
The syrup. Yeah.
It's sticky. What's the matter with this hand sanitizer? Yeah. So what does the FCC say about the public access? You talk about this now and then, public access cable or something like that?
The net neutrality, or you mean something else different?
I don't know. When they say I've got a show on public access TV, what does that mean? I mean, who are those people that have these shows, and how much do they pay for them? And like, if somebody was listening, like if Robin and I, we want to do a show with you,
right?
You've talked about this before, but I've never really asked you the details about it.
Well, no, FCC wouldn't really have any. They
don't care?
No, they would care about my delivery method, whether I radiate in the air, which would interfere with nautical frequencies.
Oh, they don't care about content, though?
Well, the content, there's still content that, well, here's how it is. You know how you have Sirius, FM?
Right.
All right. And by FM, I mean, it's really XM. It's satellite delivered programming. Well, they kicked Howard Stern off of broadcasting because of the four-letter words and the things he was showing.
Right.
But now, because he's on satellite and you pay for it, in other words, it's not inadvertently watched, it's deliberately watched. They can do X. They can do any. I mean, they have people on there who lift their tops to show their boobs or drop their drawers to show their. All that's accessible because you're paying for it. So if I had,
you just went right over that word. Whatever word was going to be there, whatever they were showing, we didn't hear the word.
It went by pretty fast. Yeah, the car was moving. So
must have gone under a bridge for that one.
So if you had a program and it was a little risque, yes, then if a person is paying for that channel and that's the only way they can see it, or it's a scramble, then there's really no reason not to have that channel because you want it. Now, it may fall under different categories. It might go from X to triple X or something like that, and then but the FCC wouldn't come in as much to play as other organizations, American Family Association, things like that, would protest you and get you all in trouble.
Okay. Now, the way I understood, maybe I asked the wrong question, but I understood that some elected officials, congressmen specifically, were using what do you call it again? Public access cable TV in their districts.
Right.
To I guess to communicate with their constituents.
Okay, so here's the deal with that. If you're a franchise cable operator, let's say in New York, depending upon the number of people that you have as subscribers, you have to offer X number of public access channels. These public access channels are free. That is free to the people,
right,
and free to you, the person that wants to be on them. But there's still challenges. For instance, what time of day do you want to be on? You couldn't monopolize that one channel 24/7.
Okay,
all right?
That's good to know.
But you might have a half-hour program, and they would schedule you in. They would say, okay, we have a half-hour program at 2 in the morning on Monday, or we have it at 8 in the morning on Friday.
So how come they're not filled up, and how come there isn't enough content? Why?
There is, and places like New York and those channels are totally full.
We don't have them here, right?
No, I think there's like 4 channels in New York that are public access.
Okay.
So where the FCC would have these airway restrictions, like on you, where you couldn't have a politician running, and if you give him free time, you have to give Since it's a public access channel, anybody can go on. Because it's open to the public.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you could break the rules that we're familiar with.
Yes.
You wouldn't be breaking them, but there are different rules.
Yeah, but there's a channel just set up for that. But because it's one of those channels that you never know what's going to go on, there is no electronic programming guide. You don't know what's on. I mean, you might have to sit there for hours and hours to watch it unless the politicians send out flyers to everybody and said, watch me tomorrow at 8 o'clock on channel 99 or whatever it is.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
And what if it was pre-recorded when a person wants to create their own show? Do you have criteria that they have to follow in the recording process as far as quality goes?
Nope. You can do it in quality. I mean, I would, if I saw that you gave me something to show over the air that was snowy or had lines all over it, I would mention to you that I don't think people are going to watch you more than once or twice because it's not very clear.
Right, not good.
But if you record it in this format, or if you go to this place and have it recorded or whatever, and you give me a clearer copy, then you stand a better chance of staying on, because if I give you 30 minutes, let's say a day on a channel, and people start writing me saying, I don't know I can hardly see that thing, or it's blurry, or the sound is garbled, then I'll probably come to you and say, I need to take you off because I got to put something in there that people really want to see.
Oh, okay. So it's your discretion.
But it's free. It's free.
As the cable owner, you're the one who has the discretion of what goes on and what doesn't.
In some respects, yeah. I'm not discriminatory either by race or religion or that stuff, but I am discriminatory about quality.
And content, probably, right?
Content, yeah. I don't want anything.
I mean, you don't want ISIS on there.
No, and I don't want X on there.
Yeah.
Or triple X on there.
Uh-huh. And when a person would deliver that show or the program to you, would they upload it to the cloud and then you download it that way?
Exactly. They can either give... We would give them our server IP address, let's say, and we can call that the cloud, and it will come into our server and be stored. And then we have a QUE, that puts it in rotation and puts it into the time slot.
Wow, how cool is that?
And it just plays that time slot. So that's why I'm saying when you guys when we get up and running, we will have a channel that WOCA will be on in the morning. So your program will be on our TV, and our TV will be going to Ireland and Nebraska and Iceland and all over the world.
So people will be watching you right now the same way they're watching you on Ustream, right?
Exactly.
Right now.
Yep. Only more purtier.
More purtier. This is rather pretty, I think. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at you and Robin, on top of my head.
Pearly whites.
The question again comes up. I know you're kind of tired of answering this question about the a la carte, but I did get a call earlier this week to ask you to explain it again. So,
well, the a la carte is it's open in one sense, and that is there are a lot of channels that I can sell individually. But there are some channels that cannot be sold individually. For instance, if I want to give a person ESPN, Disney owns ESPN. So Disney's going to say to me, you must give them Disney. They also own ABC, so you must give them ABC.
So that one is really not a la carte.
And then you must give them ABC Family, and then you can sell them the 4 channels of ESPN.
Oh.
You know, so if you want ESPN 1, you're going to get 10 channels.
Oh, okay.
You know, because they're locked together. They do that on purpose so that they can sell those channels. NBC owns the tennis channel and a few other channels. So if you wanted NBC, you might get 4 channels, even though you only wanted the one. And I'd say just watch the one, but I can't break them apart.
Right.
But other than a few conglomerates, just about every channel can be sold a la carte.
Okay.
Wow.
So, and what we want to specialize in is a lot of foreign channels, a lot of educational channels, and a lot of what we call over-the-top channels. So, for instance, we're horse country. So what if there was a channel produced in Missouri or Nebraska or Colorado that was all about horses? And it was great, and it's a local station over there, like WOCA is local here, but it was a local TV station. I can show that channel. The chances are there might be 200 or 300 people, or maybe 1,000 people in Ocala that would love to see how saddles are made, how the furrier does the horse's foot, all that kind of stuff. Veterinarians speaking about the different kinds of horse diseases, and that would be a horse channel. And that's what we call over the top. It's not conventional, but it's over the top of the convention.
I don't know if one such channel exists, but that would be perfect for this town.
It would be for this town,
to produce that type of a show.
Right.
Wow. Can money be made from that?
Oh, yeah. Especially from the advertising.
Really? So if the show originated from American Cable Services, and other people wanted to take it, like you just described us taking somebody else's, would they pay you to be able to take it? Yeah,
let's put it backwards. Let's assume that WOCA is branching out into the video area as well as the audio area. So Dan and Joe, they buy the necessary equipment, and then they go out to all the farms. And they show how horses are broken, and they show how grooming is done, and they show the proper way. And they meet with the girl here in Ocala that makes the horse cookies, for the horses. And they talk about, and they go visit Seminole. Well, they do. So they have basically a month's worth of information in a can, you might say. Then I start running that while they have a whole month ahead, they get more content. There'll be people contacting me saying, how can I get that channel? I see you have it. And I can say, well, 2 ways. Number one, you can just subscribe to it on our system, and it costs you $1. So, there's 10,000 people, let's say, paying $1.
Yeah.
Well, where you started out giving it to me free because you wanted to get it exposed, now you're coming to me saying, hey, our contract said after 5,000 subscribers, you start paying $0.10 a subscriber. After 10,000 subscribers, you start paying 15 cents a subscriber, whatever it is.
Right.
And now you're making money to help pay for that channel. But in reality, now the advertisers are coming to you because there's 100,000 people watching.
That's right. Yeah. That's the way it works, right?
Yeah. And you start, increasing your advertising rates.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Well, as always, that's kind of why we, I think, enjoy your visits with us, Jim. How do we get a hold of you for the other questions we might have about cable, etc.?
Certainly. It's 854-9795 in Ocala.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
And thank you for the hand sanitizer.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Russian President Vladimir Putin says pro-Russian rebels should allow troops in Ukraine to retreat. He's not addressing claims that Russian troops are there. NATO Secretary General